this is a video about my Central audition in 2017. So the first thing you do is you go into the theatre, which is really nice, and they gave us a form and we had to write down our preference, of course, and the pieces that we were going to be performing. So the thing about Central is you audition just for all 3 courses, but you have a preference and also they take that into consideration. So they have 3 courses. They have the acting BA, the acting brackets musical theatre BA, and then they have the acting CDT BA, which is collaborative and devised theatre. So you audition for all 3 courses, but you can write down your preference on your form, and they also ask you to write down all the pieces that you're going to be performing on your form. The first year I auditioned, you had to pick speeches off the list. The second year I auditioned, you didn't, so I think they're prone to changing that. So just check before you audition if you have to prepare one off their list or not. I had to prepare 2 Shakespeare pieces and a modern monologue as well, and a musical theatre song and a unaccompanied song as well. So it was a 9 AM start, and the first thing they made us do was fill out all the forms, and then we did a group warm-up with everyone who was there. It wasn't really a singing vocal warm-up, so I'd say definitely try and do that as well before you get there if you can. It was more like a physical warm-up, just getting you ready for the audition day really. And then they split us into small groups, so I think there was around 10 of us in my group, and I spent my day with that group of 10 people. So the first thing I did was we went into a room and we had to perform our unaccompanied song and also one of our chosen Shakespeare pieces. The unaccompanied song, they have a piano in the room and you can say, can you play a B please, and you know, for your starting note they do let you do that, but other than that you have to sing it a cappella. From a workshop that went into my college, the woman from Central said they were a lot more interested in hearing the tone of your voice and the quality of your voice rather than seeing you do a massive musical theatre belty character style song. She said for your unaccompanied piece they were way more interested in just listening to the way you sing. It was a lot more about your acting and acting through song and your emotion within it rather than a big musical theatre ballad. So whether you want to take that on board or not, that is what a woman from Central did say to us. So we had to sing our song and then we also had to perform. They said choose which of your Shakespeare pieces you like to perform, so you just pick the one you wanted to do. They didn't give any redirection or anything, I don't think, and that was that. Then we had a tour of the building with some current students. You could ask them any questions you wanted to about the course and you get to see the entire building and yeah, spend some time in the building. And then we went into another room and we did our monologues. Again, there was 2 people on the panel. They said, okay, so we want you to perform your modern monologue and your first choice Shakespeare again. So they didn't want your second choice at any point in the first round. I don't think she did any redirection with me. I think she asked me a couple of questions about my character and things and why I picked the monologue. A lot of schools do that, they ask you why you picked the monologue, and that's why it's really important that you pick something you feel like you really relate to and you feel like you really resonate with, because they will ask you why you've picked it and you want to have, you know, a good reason. So after that we had an hour lunch break and you're free to like go out or yeah, stay there I guess. And then when you go back, they then made their decision whether you've got a recall or not into the second part of the day. There was 2 or 3 from my group who got a recall out of the 10 of us, and at this point they decide what they're recalling you for. So my top choice that I was applying for was the acting musical theatre course, but they actually recalled me for the straight acting course, and they can recall you for more than one course as well. So they just recalled me for the acting course. There was another girl there who got recalled for both acting and MT, and then you kind of wait a long time for your call because they have to get through everyone. So the girl who'd been recalled for MT had to do her MT call first, then we were waiting for her, and then we all went and did our acting call after that. So this is for the recall. on that day. It was like a workshop style recall. There was 5 of the girls in the room, so there was 6 of us in total. There was 2 people on the panel, and they asked us to do our second choice Shakespeare, so we had to perform that, and they did a lot of redirection and then they sort of workshopped the monologue with you. They asked a lot of questions about why you picked it, who the character was, where they were at this point in the story. And make sure you know these things and make sure you pick a monologue that you really understand what the character's going through and where they are at that point. Because trust me, you won't be able to blag it. Like, these are people who know their Shakespeare and they will be able to tell if you're just mumbling on. So they made me do my monologue like once through, and then she called in one of the student helpers and asked him to like drag me round the floor. It was very strange. I can totally see why she did the exercise and what it helps you with. It completely made me like lose all control, and I think that's what she was trying to do, and it's something to do with allowing you to find the real rhythms of the words rather than what you thought the rhythm should be. I don't really know. It's one of those weird drama school exercises that they made me do. But yeah, it was helpful. So they made me do that. There was another girl there who they made her say her monologue as if she was in a club, and we were like all the like people, the background people, like we had to pretend we were dancing in a nightclub. So they just put it in a different situation and help you think about it in a different way. That's all we did for the recall. We just had to do our second Shakespeare monologue and workshop it with them. That was it really. We waited then for the response. There is another second recall stage after that, I think. But you just wait and they update your UCAS. Well, they updated my UCAS. I guess if you get a recall, then they send you an email or something. But they just updated my UCAS to say that I hadn't got in. I think they say on their website they don't want you to wear any makeup. I think I wore just a tiny bit, you know, concealer, mascara, whatever. And they don't give you time to get changed. It's more like a typical acting drama school audition where you just wear the same thing all day and they take you through the day like that. It was very different, I'd say, to all of my other musical theatre auditions that I'd done. Obviously, because the course is acting brackets musical theatre, it's very heavily focused on acting. They said at my audition, there's people on our course who've never really sung before, or there's people who've never really danced before. So it's a lot more about movement and a lot more about vocally expressing how you feel rather than full out MT. But then there's a lot of people who've come out of there who have gone on to do full out MT, so it's just a very heavy focus on the acting side, which might be exactly what you want to do. So I definitely recommend it if you really want that heavy focus on acting. I went to my audition and it actually made me realise that although I'm mostly an actor, I wanted to do a lot more dance. It made me realise that I did really want to do triple threat, but I did love the school, and like you can tell that their acting training is like the top-notch acting training. So that is everything about my Central audition. Just go and enjoy the day. It's a really fun day, and you never know, they might recall you for straight acting, they might recall you for collaborative devised theatre, but it might be something you didn't expect, which is great. It's really nice. So yeah, hope you have a fab day at your Central audition. Bye.